The last couple plays, the turnover, the three-point shot, a couple other possessions there for you guys. What happened with those two last few plays for you?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, the ball stepped out of your hand when you were trying to get to the basket on the last play? Were you fouled? Did he chip the ball out of your hand?
No, you saw it. Don't ask me questions you know the answers to. You seen it.
I'm just trying to get the answer out of you, that's all.
No. Just watch the game. You see what happened.
Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be discussing a possible Jerami Grant for Russell Westbrook trade. But before we continue, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 200 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content. Now play the intro.
Subscribe to Joe Polo 10.
Joe Dumars is the MVP.
Okay, so this is an article coming from Bleacher Report, and this is completely hypothetical, okay? This is not any, official reports. This is not even something that I would consider a rumor. This is just a complete hypothetical discussion when it comes to Westbrook possibly being traded to the Pistons for Grant. So let's get to reading this article. In July, the Detroit Pistons could have significant cap space, 20 to 38 million. The Lakers might be willing to compensate the team for taking on Westbrook, but would presumably target Jerami Grant. Grant has 1 year left at 21 million, and the Pistons may not look to extend him. He's also likely to be in demand from other teams. How much would LA have to offer to convince Detroit to take on Westbrook while also parting with Grant? One future first doesn't seem like enough. A pair of firsts might be too rich for the Lakers unless the Pistons were willing to accept significant protection. Kelly Olynyk could also provide some value to the Lakers as a big with shooting range. Now, Russell Westbrook in particular, he is the opposite of what we need on this Pistons team. Westbrook, he is a ball dominant guard, a guy who plays the point guard position, who's going to want a lot of touches and is going to want the ball in his hands on a lot of plays, which is something that we don't really need because we have Cade and Killian to do that right now. Westbrook is also a guard who is a turnover machine, and that is not good for any basketball team. Throughout this entire season, just watching the Lakers, it has been insane to watch Westbrook try to pass the ball and turn it over and over. And we're not even talking about the plays where he dribbles the basketball and just loses it. And then lastly, another reason why we don't really need someone like Westbrook on this team is because he is another shot chucker. Now, swapping Grant for Westbrook, it kind of does offset each other because we know Grant likes to shoot the ball a lot, and then bringing in Westbrook, he likes to shoot the ball a lot as well. So those two kind of offset each other, but still, as Pistons fans, we all know, we don't enjoy watching Grant take a lot of shots. So if Westbrook came here and did the exact same thing, we wouldn't enjoy seeing him do that either. So the fact that he's a shot chucker is another reason why I believe we do not need a Russell Westbrook type on this Pistons team. And Westbrook, he is only effective when he is the leader of your team. Back when he was on the OKC Thunder, after KD left, Westbrook was the man. He was the leader of that team, and the Thunder had a lot of success, and Westbrook had some great statistical years. But the problem is, if he came to Detroit, the guy who will be leading this team will be Cade Cunningham, not Westbrook. So if Westbrook can only be effective when he's the leader, it doesn't make sense to add him to a team where he won't be able to lead. I believe Westbrook needs to go to a bad team in the NBA that doesn't have a superstar in the making like Cade Cunningham. And then speaking a little bit about the mentality of Russell Westbrook, I like guys who put their full energy and effort into every single play. And Westbrook, he does that for the most part. But outside of that, there are just some things about his mentality that I don't like. In his exit interview from the Lakers, he did nothing but play the blame game. He was deflecting the entire time. He didn't take accountability for his poor play. He blamed the fans. He blamed the media. He was pointing a finger at everyone else except himself. And I don't like that at all. And players should be willing to admit when they're playing poorly. And just throughout this entire season, if you guys have watched, the interviews from Westbrook, he just has this certain arrogance about him that I just don't like. When he talks to these reporters, he just gives off this energy where he feels like he's above them. He talks to them like they have no clue what they're talking about. And I don't know him personally. Everything that I'm saying right now, it could all be false. He could be a great teammate. He could be a great guy to have in the locker room. But from everything that I've seen, from public viewing, the information that we all know, I do not want someone like Westbrook in the locker room. We need to keep him away from Cade Cunningham. I love the mentality that Cade has right now. He kind of reminds me of Giannis, and I want him to stay on that path. And to bring in someone like Westbrook just would kind of throw Cade, off of his mindset a little bit. But that's basically everything, Pistons fans. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 5K, and I'm out.